All right, it's that time of the show. We bring in Candace King, our life coach and health coach, and the microphone is yours. Take it away, Candace. Oh, before I start, today I gotta give Candace a lot of props. She came all the way from way out east on her birthday. So happy birthday to Candace.
Yeah.
Yeah, Candace!
Yeah! Thank you, Howie, for giving me the opportunity to be on your show.
Okay.
As a life coach, I have a story to share. It's about overcoming and shifting mindset. 2012, I went into the hospital to get a cesarean for my daughter. And when I woke up in the recovery room, I had a ringing in my ears. It was a hissing, very loud. And the nurse told me, "Oh, don't worry about it, it'll go away." 2 months after that, I got into a car accident. And not really realizing at the time that the hissing and ringing in my ears was the reason why I got into the accident. I got very angry. I was enraged. I was looking for attorneys. I wanted this hospital to pay for what they did to me. They had to pay. I was angry and frustrated, and I didn't know what to do with myself. So I started to fight. One attorney after another attorney after another attorney. Nobody would take the case. I was fighting for months, going into years. I soon realized I wasn't gonna win this. And all the anxiety and all the fighting, I had to stop. It wasn't healthy for me, it wasn't healthy for people around me. It was bad. And so I decided to, at that moment, really think about what I was gonna do. Nobody was gonna help me. So I decided to go back to the car and what was going on inside me before the accident. What was I thinking? What was I hearing? What was I seeing? What was going on with me at that moment? And I realized that the sound that I was hearing, that hissing, anybody with tinnitus understands what I'm talking about. You know what I'm talking about. If you suffer from tinnitus, the sound actually knocked me out. It made me almost go into a trance. It was like this hypnotic kind of sound that caused me to just zone out. And that scared me. I'm like, oh my goodness, what is this? But then I realized there are people that pay to get zoned out. People drink, people do drugs. And I can actually use this. And I realized at that moment that if it zoned me out, I can use this for meditation. I can actually use it to relax. I can control this thing that I thought was once damaging me and interfering in my life. And I shifted the thought of going from feeling damaged and wanting to pay to almost having a sense of peace, and it was a beautiful moment. And when you realize that and then begin to use it, and within a week or so I began to do meditation, and it actually created a more peaceful feeling in me that I never felt before. So 6 years later, my daughter's 6 years old right now, and I still to this day, when I go into a meditative state, use the sound that I hear in my ears that I once thought was destroying my life is now causing peace and harmony. And it's a beautiful thing. It's a beautiful thing when you shift that from feeling damaged to now this is helping me. And it's a beautiful moment. You want to give the mic to Howie?
I'm just, inspired how you could take a dark moment in your life where everything was at rock bottom, and you kind of like had what we call an epiphany, where all of a sudden everything changed, and you realize that you're going to make a huge change in your life. And when you realize that, I can tell that everything changed for the better.
Oh yeah, everything changed from my sleep to my relationship to my communication to how I functioned. It was destroying me in the beginning. It was affecting my sleep. It was affecting my relationship. It was affecting my communication. It was affecting my thinking, my functionality, everything. And once I made the shift to realize that I can actually use this, I can't get rid of it. I can't change it, but I can change the way I think about it. And in changing the way I thought about the problem, which was no longer a problem, it ended up actually turning into a blessing because I can use it to go into a deeper meditative state. In meditation, it's so interesting how you can shift something, but you have to be aware of it in order to make the shift. And you have to ask yourself serious questions. Serious questions, because you can't change your circumstances. You're stuck with it. But are you stuck with it in a bad way, or are you stuck with it in a good way?
Do you feel that this has changed you for the better?
Yes, it has. It has. It has in a multitude of different ways. With my kids, with my relationship with others, with how I function within myself, it has. It has major improvements.
Okay, so this has been a life-changing process for you, and the best is yet to come.
Yes, it has. And for the people that suffer from tinnitus, they go through therapy, they go through medications, they go through stuff that it's a long process, and it takes time to get used to the sound. It's like it sounds like a gas leak out of a tank, and it's really loud, and you have to use it in meditation to really know what the benefits are to it, because it's pretty interesting.
Okay, so great job, Candace. Let's give Candace a round of applause.